First at 5, we're starting with breaking news, a deadly industrial accident on Jacksonville's north side. Thank you for joining us. I'm Heather Crawford.
And I'm Jeannie Blaylock. A man in his 60s is dead after police say he was run over by heavy equipment at Preferred Materials on New Berlin Road. That's an asphalt facility.
That's where we find our Sydney DeShawn. And Sydney, you heard from investigators just a short time ago about this tragedy.
And while the scene is clear now, investigators say this appears to be a tragic accident. Police were called around 11 o'clock this morning to this plant right behind me here. When officers arrived, they found a man in his 60s who had been run over by a front-end loader. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Investigators say the victim was a contract dump truck driver who was at the facility to pick up asphalt. He was not an employee there. Based on surveillance video and witness accounts, detectives say the man walked toward the front of a moving front-end loader, but the position of the bucket blocked the driver's view. Police say the operator did not realize the man had been hit until turning the machine around.
Initially, this doesn't appear to be anybody's fault, just a tragic accident, and these kind of things happen from time to time, and it doesn't bring them any solace, but we are praying for them.
Now, Preferred Materials says it is deeply saddened by this deadly accident. In a statement, the company says its thoughts are with the man's family, friends, and colleagues, adding that safety is its top priority for both employees and anyone on site. The company says it is also working closely with authorities as the investigation continues. Now, we do know tonight OSHA is one of the agencies looking into this incident. We'll be sure to keep you updated online and on air as we learn more information. But for now, reporting live in Jacksonville, Sydney DeShawn, First Coast News on your side.
So tragic. Sydney, thank you for the update. We are following more breaking news right now. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office arresting a man after they say he turned himself in for the death of a woman on Christmas Day back in 2024. This is 47-year-old Thomas Banks. In 2024, police responded to an apartment on Dunn Avenue, and that's where they found Lisa Santos. She had been shot in her chest and died there. After an investigation, detectives identified Banks as her killer. He's now being held in the Duval County Jail.
And breaking news from Columbia County tonight. An inmate at the jail has died after a medical emergency. Staff started performing life-saving measures, but the inmate was pronounced dead at 10:20 this morning. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement is investigating the death. No foul play is suspected.
And just in breaking news, Jacksonville City Council has voted on new leadership positions at their special council meeting. Current Vice President Nick Howland has been voted Jacksonville City Council President Designate for the 26-27 term. Councilman Joe Carlucci has won the vote for the Jacksonville City Council Vice President. Tonight, a location for a future detention center in Jacksonville takes center stage at City Council.
Leaders will discuss a resolution that would advocate for keeping the facility out of neighborhoods that are redlined or have been historically discriminated against. Christina Burgess joins us live now from City Hall, and this is such a hot button issue.
Jeannie and Heather, community members and activists were outside of City Hall just last week voicing their concerns over a new jail being built in a historically discriminated neighborhood. And now today they are attending tonight's City Council meeting to continue to voice their concerns, but to also share some solutions. Now, just last Monday, Councilmember Jimmy Peluso brought a resolution to the Rules Committee that would have put in writing no part of a new jail should be built in communities that face decades of discriminatory housing policies. The resolution was voted down unanimously, but neighbors say a new jail would be another blow to neighborhoods that have never fully recovered from redlining. Community members have already raised concerns about large facilities like a morgue that is being built in Brentwood. And this is also one of those big hot topics. And we spoke with some community members earlier that are heading into this meeting. And we want to make it clear as well that the mayor's office has said that they do not plan on building a jail in these neighborhoods. But again, tonight, community members will be speaking before council, and the City Council is expected to vote on Councilmember Peluso's resolution. Reporting live in City Hall, Christina Burgess, First Coast News on your side.
All right, we know you'll be following that meeting closely, Christina. Thank you. New developments tonight in the Jared Bridegan murder case. The St. Johns County father of 4 was shot and killed at Jacksonville Beach back in 2022. 3 people are facing murder charges in his death. That includes accused hitman Henry Tenen. A judge today ruling on what evidence can be used against Tenen at trial. The court blocked prosecutors from using statements Tenen made during a February 2023 plea negotiation meeting. finding those statements were protected under plea discussion rules. However, the judge will allow a sworn statement he made in March of 2023. The court found that by that point, plea negotiations had already concluded and that sworn testimony was part of carrying out the agreement, not reaching one. It was also tied to Tennant's expected cooperation in the broader case. Now, Tennant's next pretrial hearing is scheduled for June. The judge expects a trial date to be set likely sometime in 2027.